What is going on, everyone? Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Today we're going to talk about some really big news that happened in our local area. And it's also big news for Asia, kind of more for China, but also Southeast Asia. But I think in the long term it's actually going to affect the whole Asia, Southeast Asia area. So it was announced yesterday that Canada's largest private investment has gone through and has been approved and is going to be made. The project is going to be called LNG Canada, and what the main goal is, what the main plan is they're actually going to be moving finally the natural gas, which is pretty much all around our area. We live in Fort St. John, and it is pretty much dead in the center of the area of natural gas. Northeastern BC is pretty much the hotbed and where it's all found. So what they're going to be doing is moving all this liquid natural gas from our area to the coast of BC, Kitimat, where they're finally going to be shipping it off to Asian markets. Now I think the biggest buyers are going to be China, Malaysia, Korea, but also for a smaller amount the other Southeast Asia countries. So why is this such big news for us in our area, and a lot of people saying the world now, is because China and a lot of Asia is going to be moving from coal energy to liquid natural gas energy, which is much cleaner, much better for the environment, way less pollution, way easier on the atmosphere. So once they start switching from coal over to natural gas, the air quality around Asia should be getting a lot better. So in Asia, they'll be getting much less smog in all their cities, way less pollution, less diseases you get from all the pollution and stuff. So that's great news for Asia and the world and all of us who breathe air, right? And like I said at the beginning of this video, this is the largest private investment in history of Canada anywhere, not just BC, and they're going to be pumping in $40 billion into this project. And 26 of that $40 billion is going to be pumped mostly into Kitimat, the West Coast, and our area, the Fort St. John, Dawson Creek area. It is all going to get pumped in here. They're building a huge pipeline all the way across. They have the OKs from all the native communities here, and it really surprised a lot of people because a lot of people thought this was not going to go through. There's been so much issues with pipelines and stuff like that. Liquid natural gas is a little bit different than the crude that's being pumped out of Alberta. Liquid natural gas is much cleaner, much better for the environment. So that is huge news for the families living here. That means there's going to be 40 years of pretty much like prosperity. The issue with living here in Fort St. John, the oil capital of BC, is yes, you can make lots of money, you can have an awesome career, but it's not stable. And it was definitely proven in 2015, right after I got married. Just crashed, the oil industry just tanked, and pretty much everyone was laid off or had barely any work for months and years. People lost their houses. It was bad. So that was one of the worst recessions that we went through, but that pretty much just shows how dangerous it can be if you put all your eggs in one basket here. Before, this area of BC is pretty much a boom to bust kind of area. When the oil's good, there's tons of work. Everyone's making lots of money. When the oil went down, well, there wasn't much work and everyone's kind of shit out of luck. Companies around here are not going to be seeing a downturn for 40 years, so that pretty much means 40 years of prosperity unless something crazy happens. So before, towns, companies, everyone had to plan for the boom and bust. You had to be very cautious of when the oil field went down, make sure you had lots of savings and stuff. Companies had to plan around it. Now everyone's going to be able to plan long term. So that's huge opportunities for families, young people looking for work, anyone, because like this is the hotbed for work here in Canada. So many people from all over the country come here for work because you can get a job fast here. Pay is awesome. Living in this town is kind of more family oriented, so it's really good for families. There's tons of new families starting here. Everyone's having babies, so that is awesome news for us and provides so many opportunities for us right now. So the reason why I wanted to bring this story up to you guys, and I found it pretty interesting, is when I saw the news and they showed the most vocal person in our community, I was actually very surprised to see that it was a Filipino who just moved from the Philippines 2 years ago. I don't remember his name, but this Filipino guy moved here 2 years ago, had a job as a gas operator, I believe. And because of the major layoffs that happened, he was laid off. So instead of sitting around waiting to go back to work, this guy took it upon himself to rally everyone in the community and actually like go and petition the government. And he was all over the news and stuff. So I thought that was really cool that fresh out of the Philippines, but he's making a huge impact here in our community. And that is awesome. Definitely makes me proud to know that someone can come from another country, get some training, and if they have the ambition, the drive, the awesome work ethic, they can make like an amazing life here. They can have an awesome job right off the bat, and there you go. So yeah, that is the huge news today. There's going to be some huge growth in this community. Going to get really big. Probably a lot of immigrants are going to be coming in, and a lot of workers all around Canada, I'm guessing, and it's going to grow fast. I believe right now it is the fastest growing city in BC. So my guess it's probably going to like double or even triple in size in the next 15 years or something like that. So yeah, it's gonna get a little crazy here, but it's gonna be awesome for work, awesome to raise your family here. And I also just saw on the news that Fort St. John, where we live, is now rated the #1 place in BC and the territories to live. So that's very interesting to know Fort St. John won that. That's pretty cool, and hope we see more good things to come. So that is awesome news for Fort St. John and the surrounding areas where we live. It's great news for BC, for Canada, and Asia. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace out. Catch you guys later.